Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, here to deliver onto your eyes and ears another episode, another 1v1, another time on Semois, yes indeed, though this time not featuring the British, not the Commonwealth, not the Limeys. It shall be Arcsaber once more fighting for the Americans. Fighting for the, I don't know, let's just casually say the 4th Infantry Division. Opposing him shall be Donniechan of the Panzer Lehr. Donniechan we've seen featured several times before. He's apparently also a fan of the channel. Hooray. Always nice. Of course. And we are seeing a Panzergrenadier heavy start. Well, as heavy as you can get within the first sort of minute, which is, 2 Panzergrenadier squads. Still, if handled properly, can be a dangerous little thing. On the other hand, from Arcsaber, we are seeing a 2 engineer start with a barracks following up. We're probably seeing some riflemen out of that one. Finally, not a Smurf novice. Smurfs can always be tiresome to fight if you're actually trying to get anywhere on the ladder. I shall definitely agree to that. Although I have finally reached level 15 with the Commonwealth and the Wehrmacht, which in fact with the British actually places me in the top 100. That's always a little something. Kettncraft continues secure. No doctrine as of yet for Mr. Chan, for Donniechan. Additional Panzergrenadier squads arriving. Riflemen sort of moving up here, taking this point. Not unusual to see an infantry unit sort of taking this strategic point. They are the fastest to capture, and of course Riflemen do capture faster, but again you could see the same thing with the Wehrmacht. Then of course the Pioneers and Engineers would be securing this area, and again using troops to sort of link up with strategic points, using Engineers or Pioneers to focus on the sort of resource points. So of course that's something you can try or experiment with if you feel like it. In the meanwhile, we are seeing Panzers moving down here to the lower or again strategic points. Panzer squads do not take points quite as fast, but I mean with the lower strategic points you can't get away with it, but you should be careful, at least get some upgrades for them before you then really begin taking points with them. Americans so far staying slightly to the left or the west of the map. Well, we are seeing what could be an engagement here. Panzers, no, the Engineers running away. They do not quite fancy meeting the might of the Reich in the form of these 3 Panzergrenadiers, equipped with their venerable Gewehr 43. Gewehr 43, not Gewehr. Panzers hunting down here for some reason. Kettncraft securing, the Kettncraft being sort of a tiny little tractor. In fact, they were sort of intended to sort of be used for air landing divisions and Fallschirmjäger divisions to actually tow their artillery. It sort of ended up getting used for a lot of things. Reconnaissance, basically moving about in the muck in Russia. It was also used for taxiing aircraft as refuel got more sparse later on in the war. And I think there was some that actually just used as transport. I mean, I think I've seen one Panzergrenadier company, I think it was a reconnaissance company attached to a Panzer division or a brigade or something like that, which actually had one company of troops equipped on Kettncrafts. So that's a little fun fact right there. We are seeing a bit more engagement over here. Already here, Donniechan seemed to be getting pushed a bit back by the Americans, despite going for the pretty Panzergrenadier heavy strategy already. He seems a bit withdrawn. He's not quite pushing as hard as he could, I think. But there we go, first engagement though, getting caught out in the middle of the road in negative cover as the riflemen are arriving in positions of cover. Oh dear, this is not really looking as a great engagement right there for the Panzer Lehr and Donniechan's Panzergrenadiers, as the riflemen are able to hit them where they are a bit unfortunate. There we go, catching them on the other side. Really good usage of cover by Arcsaber. Again here catching the Panzers outside of cover. And there we go, Donniechan is being forced away at the same time, going for the cut-off point. Oh dear, Donniechan. You might have benefited a bit from a Kampfgruppe company and an infantry half-track. Nothing like that for now. Panzers quickly getting thrown into the fight in a desperate attempt to sort of stall the Americans from taking too much and making it too difficult for Donniechan to actually regain any sort of battlefield presence. Although he's already sort of losing in the victory points department as well. Panzer is going to need reinforcement, of course. That can be a bit of a problem. Oh, we are seeing defensive operations. That's going to help. Kampfgruppe company on the way. Although considering all the Panzergrenadiers he has, I mean, it's not a complete strange thought to think he might not be going for that. He might be going for the Panzerjäger company. Going for the point here, but again coming under fire from riflemen in light to heavy cover. Definitely not helping the Panzergrenadiers of Donniechan. Other Panzers here running into trouble. Well, these are Gewehr 43 equipped, and the riflemen in fact do end up losing as the Gewehr 43s increase the rate of fire of the Panzergrenadiers. Further fighting up here as more Panzergrenadiers join the fight. Gaining a bit of light cover from the wooden fence, making them only harder to hit. Only heavy cover actually diminishes the damage taken. But there we go, riflemen taking minor losses, more moving in. Taking a blockade position perhaps in the cafe. No, they are just running away. And at the same time we are seeing Arcsaber. Oh, he knocked out one of Donniechan's Kettenkrats. This is a bit of a blow this early on. And going for the fuel point as well. Nasty that. At the same time we are seeing a supply it up. Trias and already up as well. So both players are focusing on keeping their troops as alive as long as possible with healing. And there we go, ambushing the rifleman right outside the cafe. Gewehr 43s hammering away, forcing away the rifleman pretty swiftly. Possibly stealing a pot of coffee on the way out. And ooh, even attempting to mine right there. Very aggressive by Arcsaber. But clearly Donniechan foiled him in this instance. Panzers moving out, slight small spread pattern. Like a chain of Panzergrenadiers. They move out through the fog, through the mist. Small engagement up here. The engineers rather realize their tiny grease guns are nothing compared to the might of the Panzergrenadiers. But Arcsaber is not giving up, moving out engineers with flamethrowers, fully healed riflemen. Doesn't look like he's getting anything else. And no motor pool, no tank depot, no weapon supports, and no upgrades for the riflemen. This could be a bit of a ploy to sort of force Donniechan to make a mistake, perhaps go for the Panzerjäger command. I mean Panzer support command, get an anti-tank half and then he's getting something else which the Panzer support command can't do too much against. It is the anti-tank half-tank. Would be a sneaky little trick though to be done right there by Arcsaber, but never underestimate an opponent. Riflemen now moving in from several angles. Flamethrowers are burning away. Panzers, oh, taking losses, heavy losses, too much fire. And Donniechan once more gets run out of town like a con man, trying to sell something too good to be true. Mines going down though pretty quickly by Arcsaber. This is good, although again with Kettenkrats it could run into a minor problem. We are seeing a Panzer support command up, so he is expecting Mr. Arcsaber to go for for something armored, you know, motor pool perhaps, probably with an armored car. And of course, in that case, Arcsaber will definitely benefit from either getting a tank depot, perhaps a tank destroyer Sherman, in which case the anti-tank after can't do that much. Or of course, he could just get an upgrade for the rifleman and then really punish Donniechan. Quickly running up to cover, this is good. Flamethrowers moving against the Panzergrenadiers who are now in slight cover. Oh dear, and they are quickly run off again. Not really looking in Donniechan's favor. He's constantly running into trouble. Arcsaber constantly running about corners with him, constantly sticking to cover, which is rather making it difficult for Donniechan to achieve much. But there we go, suppressive volley against the rifleman hanging up, trying to go for the victory point. And more Panzers rush in as the Panzers with the Gewehr 43 spotting fire, allowing the others of course to get closer. So there we go, the riflemen are now outnumbered, 6 man versus 9 Panzers, although now to 5 and 8. And the engineers could also be sent packing as well. No mines here though.
Our supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
Engineers getting forced away. And we are seeing the anti-tank half-track. Still no response from Arcsaber. What could he be doing? What could he be doing? I've absolutely no idea. I've rarely seen an approach like this. Panzer's moving to support, well, take the center and tank half-track, providing covering fire. Sort of hanging about here again. Arcsaber though is holding most of the map. He is laying down mines. And there we go. We are seeing something on the way from the barracks. Could be sticky bombs, grenades, or a BAR. The Browning automatic rifle. Mortar half-track arriving for Donniechan then. To deal with the infantry. There we go, rifleman in. Watch. Oh, mine goes off, killing one of Chan's grenadiers, or Panzergrenadiers more specifically. Anti-tank half-track moving up, and there we go. BAR's the Browning automatic. Vastly increasing the firepower of Arcsaber's riflemen. Mortar half-track arriving, riflemen on these, forcing away some Panzergrenadiers as well. And there we go, more anti-tank half-track though needs to get away. It could get hit too much from all sides. BARs make short work of lightly armoured Panzer Lehr vehicles. Mortar half-track is moving in, but it can't do much. The rifle are in movement. We're also seeing engineers going for this point as well, although all 3 points have been rendered neutral.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
Mortar half-track firing away, one of many variants for infantry half-tracks. Well, half-tracks in general, light or heavy, although some were more exclusively heavy because the weapons were a bit heavier than, say, 37mm anti-tank gun. For example, there was some which have the 75mm high explosive, well, cannon, a bit like, you know, that of the Panzer IV infantry support tank. A bit of a cannon half-track used again for sort of purposes of infantry support. Was quite nasty. Oh, incendiary round, doing quite a bit of damage to the rifleman right there. Of course, there are also anti-aircraft variants, some heavier, some lighter, although none with a Flak 88. In that case, I'm not talking about that, but just more, you know, machine guns being rather heavy. Some were in fact grabbed from aircraft, and were sort of a triple sort of drilling, as it was called by the Germans, sort of setup. Was a very nasty thing. Panzers moving southwards, mortar half-track moving up. 6 Panzergrenadier squads for Donniechan. In fact, let's go look though at Arcsaber. I forgot about a bit. 3 rifleman squads. Could it be that Arcsaber has in fact lost his? My goodness, Arcsaber, you're floating a ridiculous amount of resources. Why are you doing that? Getting more engineers though, but again, don't float resources is a very bad thing. Then again, it could sort of just be him sort of handling himself incredibly well. Then of course, with just 3 rifleman squads and 3 engineers, but still, I'd not recommend it, because again, it rather means he's not pushing his advantage. He's not pushing any sort of advantage he could otherwise be having against Donniechan. That's what I would describe as even bigger of a mess. Panzerjäger command up. Come on, Arcsaber. Do show yourself as a bit of a man. We are seeing now a tank depot going up. This could be partly what he'd been planning, although of course again, oh, he's actually gone for an observation post on the fuel point. Never mind then. Never mind then. They of course could go for a doctrine as well. He's chosen nothing as his doctrine. Not really recommendable either, and I do believe that was the same for Donniechan. We are seeing the first armoured car arriving for the Panzer Lehr, the elite division, composed of veteran training instructors and such, equipped with the best there was. Not the only Lehr unit, but others were in fact sort of Lehr regiments. There was an infantry Lehr regiment and an artillery Lehr regiment, both fought in Italy. Riflemen moving up here, coming under heavy fire from the armoured car. Its auto cannon blasting away, mortar rounds falling from the skies. They're not really achieving many kills. Donniechan, though, still has been penned in. Mines going down right here by Arcsaber. Tank depot up. Sticky bombs on the way, although he could cancel it and go for a Sherman. Will Arcsaber do this? Will he? Come on.
We have paratroopers circling the field. They're asking for drop coordinates.
There we go. We are seeing airborne. We are seeing the Screaming Eagles joining in to support the 4th Infantry in the fight. We're also seeing a medic station up. That's actually great. Good move there by Arcsaber, going to help him in the longer fight. Airborne joining in, going to increase, of course, his infantry presence. Of course, probably with some recoilless rifles, he can take on a bit more the German vehicles with a bit more confidence, although the armoured car will be a bit harder to hit. Still not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Sherman can't go out now. Come on, Arcsaber, get that Sherman. Get those tanks on the field.
Munitions point under attack.
Mine detonated by the Panzergrenadiers. Armor car rushes in. Panzer supporting. Donniechan expecting armor a bit. You know, it's been some time since he's seen anything else. Of course, getting a Panzer is not a bad idea in that case. Because the anti-tank half-tank is not going to be doing much to stop a Sherman. Come on, Arcsaber.
One of ours.
Getting more engineers, but come on, get a Sherman, get a Sherman. The college right ready. Oh, mine. Oh, mortar, I mean, gets off a good hit. Medics pulling in the wounded. Panzer is moving about. All 4 buildings up for Donniechan, my goodness. Medics getting gunned down in cold blood by the men of Donniechan. Tank depot still doing nothing. Come on, Arcsaber, I know you can do it. Riflemen taking up blocking position in the house down south. Airborne moving up. No, they're getting out of there. Missing a smaller engineer force moving south. Come on, Arcsaber, get that tank depot flashing. Oh, running into the flak feeling. Ow, dear, I mean, be careful in particular about negative cover. That flak feeling can do a lot of damage with its 420mm of, well, anti-aircraft guns. Very nasty, that. Should not be underestimated. Mine goes off right there. More mines right there as well. At least we are seeing Arcsaber being pretty aggressive with the mines. That's nice to see. But we are seeing fieldcraft out there. Of course, also means his Panzers can spot mines, but also that it can take points faster. So the mines are going. Don't shoot at it while you're right next to it, Donnie. Come on. Who taught you to sweep mines? The Soviets? And we're seeing the armor car coming under fire from the airborne, holding out as they can. And we are, yes, we are seeing a Sherman on the way. Armor car taking minor damage. We are also seeing a supply upgrade up. That's good. That is good. Not leaving anything to chance. That's at least nice to see again, though you should not be floating resources, Mr. Arcsaber. Only silly people float resources. We are seeing Panzers getting pushed away. Come on, you could easily get another airborne squad or another rifleman squad, which would definitely sort of fit in nicely with that medic station. You could also get another one. So come on, Arcsaber, use your resources. It's what Uncle Sam would have you do.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
And it certainly reminds me of all those propaganda posters I've seen where you see stuff like, you know, don't waste resources or you'll be helping the enemy. I mean, in this case, floating resources is helping the enemy. Perhaps I should try making a poster about that. Well, there we go, seeing an assault going in on the mortar half-track. Veterans 1 riflemen. Mines going off somewhere, I think. Sherman arriving. 50 caliber on top. That's great, but again, don't float manpower, you twerp. Riflemen moving in from the west. There we go, Panzer's going down, a bit of a stand right here. Sherman arriving, there's nothing to really stop the Sherman. Donniechan once more getting pushed back by a guy who's floating resources. That's not really good for Donniechan, but again, that does mean he does have a slight chance of turning things about, because again, his opponent is not pulling his full weight. Although he's definitely not exactly a novice either, clearly. Though again, I would never recommend floating resources. Never, ever, ever. Ever. It can prove to be a problem if you're not careful. No matter how good you are. Panzer's hiding behind the house here, rapidly moving in. Against, oh, we are seeing increased squad sizes. There we go, 4 Panzers with Gewehr 43s really taking on these riflemen. They're trying to take the point. I don't think he's actually aware that his riflemen are losing to the Panzers down here. They are gunning them down. Up here, Panzer's running into a problem, trying to take on the Sherman, coming under heavy fire. Absolutely a massacre because it's standing out in the middle of nowhere. Mortar firing in support. Panzer taking loss. Oh, I think Arcsaber actually lost a rifleman squad over there. Quite tragic, but I imagine he's a bit more occupied here. Though again, he should not be floating resources.
The enemy is after our victory point.
Panzer taking losses on the way home. Grenades now ready. Additional rifleman squad on the way right there for Mr. Arcsaber. Let's go with Mr. Donniechan. No doctrine. No access to heavy armor. Sherman pulling slightly away. Points being taken up here. Arcsaber, of course, still with his 3rd rifle team on the way. Nothing really from the medic station either.
We are losing a sector.
Yet Donniechan has still been pushed back into his base. He does now also have assault rifles for his Panzergrenadiers.
Reinforcement completed.
If only Mr. Chan could break out of this mess. But the Sherman is causing a bit of a problem. Kengrad doing a bit of light harassment over here. Let's just speed this up a bit. Never mind. Lighter fighting over here.
The enemy is stealing a victory point from beneath our noses.
And another rifleman squad from Arcsaber coming under heavy fire. Panzer is moving in. Forcing away the riflemen with heavy losses due to the increased squads, of course also increasing the number of Panzers flying away. So there we go, East has been secured for now. Although of course a counter-attack by Arcsaber might happen any moment if he moves in that Sherman again. Looks like Donniechan though is a far away from getting the Panther battle group. He's just getting the Panzer support command upgrade. He doesn't have a lot of fuel either. Although of course he could get a scout car from the logistic company, get a logistic upgrade, place it, and then of course secure that fuel point, thus giving him more fuel. Panzergrenadiers taking heavy losses, but the armor car is moving in to assist veteran C2 for the rifle. No, Panzergrenadiers not looking good.
Our support command abilities have been upgraded.
Arcsaber though is incredibly being casual about this. He's not really launching any heavy counterattacks, but we are seeing a second Sherman now arriving. And there we go, Panzer support command ready. Oh! Anti-tank half-tank has a damaged engine. Will the Sherman move in? We are seeing Panzerix pulling up. And there we go, immobilized Panzergrenadier hitting. Second Sherman moving up through the south. Panzergrenadiers rushing into a house next to the Sherman. Mortar rounds joining in. Looks like though the anti-tank half-tank will make it out there, although barely. Mine goes off. And the mortar gets the Sherman. More mines getting spotted. Oh dear, Donniechan's mortar half-track takes out his Panzergrenadier squad as it exits the building. Mortar rounds lands right next to it, clearing out the entire thing. Poor bugger. But we are seeing the Panther battle group ready and only 300 manpower left. Panzergrenadiers though quickly getting suppressed, getting run off.
We are losing ground.
And Arcsaber quickly sitting about taking points. This could prove to be quickly a problem if Donniechan doesn't hold these points, because then he might not be able to call in the Panther battle group. This could be considered very, very bad. Devastating even. Airborne getting mortared, and there we go. The Panther battle group is no longer accessible for Donniechan. He cannot equip the actual armor to support his troops. Mortar half-track though has managed 17 kills and 1 armor kill, of course, due to knowing out that Sherman.
Defend the enemy's advances on our victory. Supply lines are broken. We have
And again,
territory
losing
out
the
of
victory
supply.
point of fight. Another Sherman arriving.
We are losing ground.
Looks like Donniechan is pulling off the assault. He is getting a Marder free to assist as well. But quite a strong position here, rather than hiding in the houses. Mortar half-track assisting to try and clear them out though. Going to be a dangerous mission. Oh, incendiary rounds flies too. Fine step setting fire to the garden and the house next door. Oh, Donniechan, what had poor old Pierre ever done to you to set you, cause you to set his house on fire? And there we go, Rifle getting forced out as the mortar rounds finally hit the house. Sherman gets immobilized by the anti-tank half-tech, scoring a heroic hit. Treads are no longer functional. What is this? We're seeing additional Shermans arriving. That is 3 Shermans for Arcsaber. That's actually a platoon of Shermans, or a tank unit or section, whatever. Marder 3 still not done. Panther battle group still some time away. Right, I'm moving in, trying to hit the half tracks of Donniechan, but they are getting absolutely hammered. The armor cut. Oh, and assault rifle. Panzers, in fact, assault grenadiers moving in. Rifle squad down. And the airball manages to force away the Panzers moving in to perhaps sneak an assault in there. Sherman moving in from the north. Sherman moving in from the center. Oh dear, hammering right into the positions of Donniechan. And we are seeing a strafing run as well. Very nasty that. Oh dear, I think that was the mortar or the anti-tank half-track. That was the mortar went down there. The anti-tank is up there. Marder locks down. Misses the Sherman with its Pack 40. Second Sherman moving in.
We are losing ammunition depot.
But there we go. Anti-tank half-track could support a bit. Or the Panzers X. Looks like this Sherman's actually suffering a bit of problems. Oh, shell bounces off. Shell bounces off. There we go. Sherman out of control. Although Marder 3 heavily damaged. Panzers losing the fight to the right from here. Although they have managed to break through in the south with their assault rifles. Sherman still sort of out of commission. Still 2 running about all in all. Marder 3 will need repairs, and we are seeing expert repairs going up. In fact, for Donniechan, thus allowing himself to better repair his armor. That's great. In fact, magnificent, wondrous, magical. And what is this? The Marder 3 unrepaired is actually moving in against the Sherman. This could prove devastating for the Marder, that is. Anti-tank half-track also suffering heavily. Armored car though clears out the rifleman before they manage to get off a sticky bomb. Locking down. Oh, the shot bounces off. And another bounces off before the Sherman knocks it out, scoring veterans you want in the process, all while disabled. Oh, Donniechan, you were a bit too quick there. Trying to, of course, secure the point now, of course, with Fieldcraft he can do it a bit faster than he normally would be. Oh, mines killing the tank busters. Though he managed to force away the engineers from repairing that Sherman. Second Sherman could actually be moving in, but Arcsaber seems to have no interest in doing it. He's getting more Shermans. My goodness, it's a bit rare you actually see a player go that heavily into Shermans, although I suppose some tank destroyers at this stage might actually be a bit more of a help as well to sort of augment the firepower of the Shermans, just in case, you know, Donniechan goes for a Panther battle group, which could be very close just as soon as those Panzers down here take the point. There we go. Panthers can be called in to support the Panzer Lehr. Sherman immobilized. Second Sherman moving in. Anti-tank after in trouble. Panzer is in trouble. But the Panthers are soon there. Oh dear. Anti-tank half-tech went up. It is now but a bonfire.
Attention. The enemy advances.
There we go. The Panthers have arrived. Panzers moving in to support. That's good tactics. Sherman needs to get out of there. Might also want to consider increased or improved guns. It's time to have a look at Arcsaber. Sherman down. Airborne down. Oh dear. That's a collapse, in fact, for Arcsaber. Again, he's been floating too many damn resources, I'd say. Though we certainly did well, but as soon as the Panthers arrived, his plan actually sort of collapsed. Which I would call a bit of a flaw.
We're losing a munitions point.
Calling in fresh airborne, though, to assist his forces. Will Donniechan be securing those recoilless valves in the meanwhile? Perhaps not. We shall see. Yeah, having a mortar actually firing away, perhaps hoping to catch someone. One Panther actually been quite a bit damaged. But the other Panthers having none of that. And rolls into town to knock out that mortar. And there we go. One mortarless in this world.
We're losing ground out there.
One might argue that Arcsaber's perhaps not so strong when it comes in the longer fights.
Fighter bomber support is circling for orders.
It's certainly a bit weird to see that he seems a bit unprepared, in fact, against Panthers at all. I mean, he could even have dropped down an anti-tank, and I think to support those Germans when he still had the resources and perhaps even rushed in some infantry, but no, he sort of seemed to forgot. Still, he's holding most of the map here, still keeping Donniechan somewhat contained, but the grip is loosening as the Panthers keep hammering away. Sticky bomb on one Panther to damaged engine, airborne moving in. Supplied upgrade number 2 as well, that's good. Rifle about from the North Germans, sort of hanging about. Has to be careful, doesn't want to get too close to the Panthers, otherwise that Sherman might be toast. Further fighting, Panther gets off another good shot, blowing up more cover, and again, I mean, that's also one thing you can use Panthers and such for, you know, denying cover to your opponent. Again, cover is important. Airborne getting suppressed, but a bit of fire up changes that. Mine goes off. Oh, damaging the engine of a Panther again. Mine goes off. Here's a pressing Panzergrenadiers forcing away in the face of the airborne.
Airborne has hit the field.
And more airborne now dropping in. Quite interesting. He could, of course, actually try to call in a bombing run here. That could perhaps work a bit, but no. It looks like some Panzergrenadiers have secured themselves some recoilless rifles. Recon run. And there we go, Donniechan. Oh, it crashed! Oh dear, how tragic, it went down. Although I'm sure Donniechan was quite pleased. So as a rule of thumb, you know, be careful that the aircraft you're calling in does not lie in line with the enemy base's anti-aircraft defenses. Of course, while they usually won't do much, I mean, if the aircraft does come in at the vector they're starting in, you know, pointed at right away, then the flak feelings there actually have a chance. Sticky bombs on the Panther. Recoilless rifles hammering the sides. More sticky bombs. Donniechan's getting pushed back once more. Oh dear, oh dear. Grenades going off. Incendiary grenades, in fact, setting fire to this cafe. I'm not sure René will like this. Let's just speed this up a bit.
They're going after one of our munitions points.
Feeling a bit weary. Might be getting sick, I fear, but then again, I hope I'm not.
Look alive, Airborne. Keep it steady.
But we are seeing Arcsaber pushing on again. Panthers arriving. Lots of recoil swabs though. Not quite many actually penetrating.
Rally on me.
And there we go, stopping the airborne, allowing the Panther to escape. Veterancy 2 by the way, thus giving it a machine gun on top. Panzers taking losses as they are getting away themselves. Sherman moving in, but it's not been upgunned. This could be a problem, but there we go, nice rear hit on the Panther. Panzers with recoil rifles are rhyming to respond in kind themselves. Then they get run off.
Airborne has hit the field.
Interesting enough, the fully repaired Panthers not moving in to support. Panzer is getting hit by a machine gun, providing support throughout the cemetery. Sherman keeps killing. There we go, Panther arriving. We'll be seeing an anti-tank gun, or we'll be seeing a bombing run. A bombing run right here. If Handle probably could do a lot of damage to Donniechan. Of course, an anti-tank gun will also. Come on. Come on, Arcsaber, make a decision. The airborne squad going down, retreat. Oh dear.
Infantry squad reporting.
There we go, infantry squad down. And there we go, bombing run. Much too late, Arcsaber. Rather think he's losing, and now again we sort of see that thing that happens when your opponent's so close to losing due to victory points that you actually get reckless because you think, I just need to blast him away for a few seconds, then I can win this game. It can be a bit of a problem. Also note, Donniechan has gone scorched earth finally. Disabling points. Hunting down the Panther. Mind you, it's veterancy free, so the recoil swabs are going to having an even harder time with that. And there goes a suppressive volley stopping the riflemen. Panzergrenadiers arriving from the other angle. And there we go, a full retreat for Arcsaber. Heavy machine gun once more gets recruited. The 30 caliber once more trying to pin down the crowd. Panther arrives like a great beast. It pounces upon the Americans, blasting away with impunity, or without it. Oh, never mind. Armored car moves in as well. 31 kills. Another rifleman squad down. Rather looks like Arcsaber is losing it. And he was doing so well, but then again something just went wrong for him. He just seemed to have lost it. Let's return to Donniechan. Panzer here getting losses. Anti-tank gun though did not get knocked out, but the heavy machine gun might out in fact lose. Rifleman squad reformed. That's something, although again could perhaps have been placed a bit closer to the front. Incendiary grenade against engineers repairing the point. And we are seeing Hummels being prepared to support the Panzer Lehr. The primary, self-propelled artillery though was the Vesper. The Hummel was usually handed out in much smaller numbers. There was also the... oh, what was it called? The Grille, which was a more close support version of the Hummel. Was using the heavy infantry gun, or the schwer Infanteriegeschütz. Was mounted on a bit of something like the Marder 3, that is the Panzer 38T.
Enemy forces are attacking our petrol.
Was a more of a regimental support asset rather than a divisional. Still was quite good. You could certainly keep the Panzergrenadiers supported during an assault. Panzers moving in. Oh, getting right past the defenses. Incendiary grenade right on the heavy machine gun. And there we go, the Hummel fires away. Not really managing much in terms of hitting.
The enemy has moved against
Blowing up in the markets well, that seems to be about it. And that, of course, is the thing about the Hummel, though. It is notoriously inaccurate and it only fires 4 shells. So it's, for example, not as great as it could be, but that, of course, doesn't mean you should completely discount it. But, I mean, you shouldn't be expecting huge results either, I think.
We must defend the enemy's advances on our victory points.
Anti-tank on caught off guard. And the assault grenadiers quickly sort that out with a few swift bullets to the heads of the airborne manning that gun. Bit tragic, one would suppose. Though Arcsaber's not giving up, but I would say he's probably lost at this stage. Once more disabling the point. Assault grenadiers quickly pull into cover to avoid getting suppressed by the heavy machine gun. He's right away. But there we go. Grenade from Arcsabers. And we're seeing a sprint. He's actually managed to upgrade his Panzers so much they actually gain access to sprint. And that does require an awful lot of upgrades. But it does allow your troops to actually sprint about. It doesn't give you no suppression, resistance or anything. But it does allow them to move about rather quickly. Also we're seeing booby traps down there. We're seeing more artillery. Dear, having a bit of trouble advancing into this war zone. And looks like the Hummel actually killed a medic. Hooray for Hummel, you murdered a medic. Well, you shan't be getting any iron crosses for that.
Attempting to seize a fuel point from us.
Task complete. Capture complete.
Ooh, armor calculated sticky bomb. No, quick overload. Forces it out of the hands of the Americans. There we go. Donniechan looks like to be winning, although barely with 25 victory points left. Oh, it hits a mine. Avoids the sticky bomb. Hits a mine. And, oh, so very close to getting knocked out, in fact. Strafing run. Oh, clears up. The Panzer is supporting it. Armor count down. A small victory for Arcsaber, but I think it might just be a tad too late. 30 caliber trying to cover the approaches. Getting blasted up itself, though. Panzer's out in the middle of the road. Grenades, everything. But mind you, they do have veteran sergeants, which does give them a suppression resistance bonus. Anti-tank and in trouble. We're seeing more artillery fire, I think. Or hearing it. There we go. Getting the anti-tank gun, in fact, with the first hit. Rather than getting run off. Ooh, Panzer's running into the 30 caliber again. And there we go, suppressed. Hitting a few mines on the retreat, but rather looks like Arcsaber's out of luck. Though again, he's not giving up. And again with 25 points left. But the thing is, though, he's actually probably ought to be moving down here to try and sort of stop that. Then force Donniechan to sort of speed up out there. Then he might be able to take it. But again, he seems a bit too concerned about just hammering into a panther-shaped wall. And there we go, a loss to the 4th Infantry Division despite assistance from armor and airborne. A loss to this fight, whereas Donniechan and the Panzer Lehr held on to the bitter end and won. So, what did win him? I mean, of course, we have the floating of resources, but even then, I mean, he did alright, but again, he wasn't quite preparing. I mean, there were no tank destroyers, no anti-tank guns, and he never really quite got a good synergy between what he was doing and his doctrine. He could have called in anti-tank guns several times to probably turn the tide, but it didn't. And again, the bombing run was an absolute miss. He probably also could have done with the medic station a bit closer to the front lines, but I mean, it wasn't like he was doing fully rubbish, but there were too many mistakes to sort of, allow Donniechan to actually slip sort of overcome the adversity and do him down to the ground. So, and of course Donniechan probably could have done a bit better perhaps with an earlier doctrine, perhaps Luftwaffe or tank destroyer. Still he was able to overcome, and of course the Panthers definitely was the key, as that was the one thing apparently Arcsaber could not handle. So there you go. Do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.